Alright, I think I'm all set. I'm all ready. I got everything I wanted. Don't look at me like that, dog. I just got my setup done, buddy. Here, go lay down here. Hey, how's everyone doing? How's the suffering going in the mines of Altus? We haven't got it there yet. Hey, Loki, so what you mining today for screenshots? Though, hey, if I find, you know, $1 million, I'll also take that, you know? No one's gonna say no to more money. Am I crazy? Shouldn't there be soldier people? Where the hell are the soldier people? They're supposed to be coming up and down the road. 1 second. Yeah, I'll get to you too, buddy. Hey, wait, Rusty, over here. Rusty! Hey! Rusty! Rusty, get over here and lay down. 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 There we go. There we go. I know your hearing's going, Dobby. You can still hear me at normal voice, I hope. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Now I can give him some nice love with my feet while I use my hands for, you know, important stuff. That's what happens when you don't own a cat. Listen, dogs are better than cats in every way. They're big, they're fluffy, they're always loving. And they actually obey you. Alright, so how does that guy actually start? So he starts from here in the road. Okay. So if I were to... Oh god, it's... Oh wait, no, it's not as far as I thought. No, but with the trees and stuff, I don't think it's gonna work. Yeah, no, the rocks and the trees. Unfortunate. No. Nope, that's not gonna work. Unfortunate. Ronnie's a cat, and that's why I didn't marry her. Or wait, did I? Actually, did I accidentally marry Ronnie? Because I think I pressed the thing. Alright, so I get... See, Ronnie's is like a cat. She doesn't actually do what you want, she just takes the wrong signs from you. Okay, for a second I thought that bundles of sticks was like a moss ball or something. I was like, really? What the hell? Let's do nighttime here. I don't like daytime with that flame. Huh. Yeah, you did marry Ronnie, therefore you are a Ronnie simp. Is that how it works? Is that how it works? I actually wanted to commit to the Fia bit. I wasn't 100% sure, but I was like, I think I want to do the Fia bit. I think it is time. But oh well. Oh well. I guess I'm beating the necrophiliac allegations. I guess. Necrophiliac allegations were never beaten. We're gonna actually set this to nighttime. Because I feel like that's not look. Oh, yeah, see, like. See, that's. No, that's only one. Oh my god. There we go. I keep thinking there's like a confirmation thing, and I'm like. Now I'm learning. Nope. There we go. Yeah, there we go. It's better to have the blue sky and stuff. Hello, handsome.
You'll stream as long as we demand, slave, until the cosmology thesis is done.
No, sir. No, please. Anything but that. I'll never escape. I have my mummy I have to go pay for, along with my 8 siblings. Whatever shall I do? Oh! There we go. Alright, so that's out of the way. Yeah. Alright, that's because of the Moog church. That's because of the Moog person at the second church, plus the Wraithblood ruins. That's because of the dragons up there. That's, you know, Stolen Sword Key. That's again because of the stuff with the dragons up there. Same with the dragons up there. That's because of the general area of this being in the middle of Altus. This one I'm still not entirely sure on. Could be for the second defensive lane Dell, to acknowledge that it's a, surprise attack. I don't know, I feel like they would have given it to the other merchant if they wanted that. Maybe to do with the bridge, because the bridge is destroyed, and that's an idea. There's a surprise attack there. We have the tree surcoat. The moment Loki starts importing slaves from Morn Castle. Send more slaves! My favorite line in Star Wars The Old Republic always will be the Sith Inquisitor going, "Murder and mayhem await." Oh god, I just love that line. It's a classic. Yeah, this is the only one that I'm actually unsure about. The others you can very easily, you know, rationalize. I guess it'd have to be this one. What's the scorpion for again? I forgot. Like I said, I'm actually not 100% sure what it's supposed to be symbolizing in this context, but if we're talking about it in general, it's the old form of the Rot Goddess, and she's become her symbol has become adopted by assassins and stuff. Come on. Yeah, damn. There we go. Oh yes, I think this one's one of the better ones. Nah, not there. Right, gotta transfer to Scorpio for shits and giggles. I don't know if that's the answer, but definitely something happened there. Whew.
Now let's just see what we got over here.
Lot of crap. I find it interesting they don't have any trolls down in this area, by the way, even though they have the carriage here. Oh. Lol. I wonder if any items signal that they were here. All right. You symbolize what you become, lol. I mean, there is definitely something going on there with the whole surprise attack angle, because, you know, scorpions have, like, the stinger and stuff, so I can see it, how, like, from the front they look like they're predictable, then that stinger comes at you from the unseen angle, from behind or something, because, you know, it can reach over, it could theoretically reach over something's head and, like, stab you in the back or something, right? Like, I get that, plus the poison and all, you know, more like venom, you know, with an animal, but you know what I mean, like, poison and all that stuff. It makes sense. There we go. It's funny to be like Golden Order, rah! But unironically, the more I learned about the other cultures, the more I didn't like them. I would purge the Horn Sen too. Demi-humans are cool though. I don't know where I would stand if I was someone who would, like, what regime would I want to be living under if I was in it? Like, you could definitely make a case that America's is probably, you know, the most civilized and the best, right? Despite all the brutality. But I don't know, because I don't feel like I know enough about America's... Oh, wow. Wow. So that's how they get away with it. Did I ever kill that big boss? I don't think I did. There we go. There we go. I just want that slight turn. Howdy, Xavier. There we go. Nothing really catching my eye here otherwise. It's brutal, but that's not a unique evil from her, so holding it against her seems a bit unfair. Not justifying her, though. She definitely has flaws. I would not like her in the least. Again, I would really have to, like, you know... I don't like dealing with these kinds of hypotheticals, as I've talked about before, but... I would really have to kind of immerse myself in the thought process of, you know, if I had to really choose, if this was my lot in life, where I would want to be, right? But overall, I would say I'm very happy with how America is just, like, a flawed person in the way that, she feels like a realistic politician to me, if that makes sense. Like, you know, someone who's very motivated, very ambitious, trying to go get her, very vain, right? Very much into herself, right? But you can definitely see that she's, like, a competent administrator, and is looking to do what she thinks is the best to organize a system to rule, if only for her own benefit. And, you know, sometimes she makes missteps, sometimes she lets personal vendettas override political sense or something to that effect. But that kind of, you know, humanizes her in many ways, right? So I think that stuff really sort of, I think some of that definitely fleshes her out with the right amount of nuance. Evil. Yes, all politicians are evil. Realistic politicians, I think I would hear about a character in a Souls game. I feel like that, when we're talking about characters, I definitely think it's something that... I definitely think she's one of the better examples. Especially when you just look at all the little things, like all the disparate groups and interests that special interests she has to cobbled together for this. Like, there's a lot. There's most certainly a lot. All right, we're gonna find those. Okay. I'm forgetting some of the items this guy would have. I would need to know more about the outer gods before I threw my head into anything. I want to believe in the greater will as the creator. He should be owned for some divine honor, but he's very mysterious. Yeah, the greater will is definitely a curious figure to me because I don't know. I don't know from what we know right now, like, what the greater will's aim is. Like, are we dealing with a, you know, like, a cosmic evil entity whose sole thing is like, you know, I'm just gonna create all this for shits and giggles and watch them suffer? Which seems odd to me considering the amount of investment that's put in to a lot of things. Or are we dealing with an entity who created the world but then grew disinterested and decided to, you know, leave? At which point the question is, where is, you know, for lack of a better word, God's attention being so engrossed in otherwise, if not in this creation? Or is the greater will incapacitated in some fashion, right? Which, again, I would say is very skeptical by everything we know and all that stuff.
Well, they're divorced.
I think the bigger problem is that we don't know. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That, you know, yeah, that makes sense. Arrow, golden bolt, great arrow. You know, actually, if we're gonna give only one festering bloody finger this far out from that church and the Wraithblood ruins, I think you can justify. The Scorpion Shield being connected to the second defensive Langdell. Oh, Loki, did you ever check out those Davey Vask videos? Not for the Elden Ring stuff, no. I need, let's see, what else do we got here? Golden Great Arrow. Yeah, this was all the typical stuff, nothing crazy here. This is because we're by the capital. This is because of Godric and stuff. This is because we're by the Erd Tree, and the Erd Tree supposedly will burn. And we can find this. This actually might specifically be Dominula. Because we also get the item from the artist there. Yeah, that might be it. Upper class. Well, again, because of the capital. Profit. Yeah, okay. Alright. He's abandoned people twice, once the Dragon Civilization, now America's, assuming so stuff here, but what are implications of that? There may be more. Rao might also be involved, but again, we don't know for sure. Like you said, I think the first two examples you threw out are definitely the best. It seems to me that there's also a question because of the way Empyreans are selected and stuff like that. If it's by some divine mandate and they get like some special wolf thing and stuff like that, there's a lot of questions I have regarding that. And if that is the case, again, it makes me wonder. How do I put this? It makes me wonder if the Greater Will has some ideal, or like the Greater Will doesn't really know what it wants for the world, so it lets anyone and everyone kind of test it out. And then it just basically grows dissatisfied with how things are playing out because there's always some traitors or, you know, some insurgency or some sort of like rebellion among whatever order gets created. At, you know, like with Rao, it would be going to seemingly the rock goddess and stuff like that, embracing that as well. For America's kingdom, of course, it was her own, you know, betrayal, and then the demigods failed to succeed her proper. And then you have, of course, with Farmazula, you seem to have the Nox betraying and, you know, killing, you know, the Two Fingers and things like that. So I think putting all that together, it paints the picture of a god who basically always sees that, you know, quote-unquote, man has failed me, right? I think that might be the idea they're trying to get at with the Greater Will.
I see little tarnished, smoldering with that wretched flame of ambition.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Here's a question. Actually, here's something I've never considered. Did Morgan, did we, oh no, he's over here. Here's something I never considered, chat. And now I really have to. What if, happens if, you do the Godfrey boss fight and then come out here? Does Morgoth still summon himself? Remember from an interview, Miyazaki said Empyreans contain multiple aspects and must make them special. Yeah, the problem is I have an interview I remember, but I've never been able to find. I need to go through and, like, read through all the interviews, try to see if I can find a Japanese source for each of them, and, like, you know, try to confirm as many details as I can. Because that does make me wonder. Yes. So Morgoth does appear there, even if you've had the Godfrey scene where he seems to die for good. Alright, so that's something you have to put up as a counterpoint if you want to make the case that Margit's still appearing after you've done the Morgoth boss battle. I think that's something that does need to be included as clarification. Alright, we're done here. Alright, now for us to do some mining. It's time for us to go look for miners. That'll get clipped out of context. In fact, you know what? We'll do this on the other account. God damn, I hit continue. I need to stop doing that! Almost hit desktop. No! Time speed! Yeah, this one will do. Loki loves him some gamer boy. I'm the gamer boy. I'm the gamer boy, sir. Oh, what the hell am I doing here? Oh, wait. Gotta make sure I do this. Don't want to lose access to the camera. We'll start from here. That looks like it's burning. Uh-huh. 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 Yeah. Yeah, I think my hypothesis is correct. I think my observations are indeed accurate. Oh. I love me some. Oh. There we go. There we go. Alright, so that's where we want to stop it. No, no. There we go. All right. Beautiful. For argument's sake, let's say he has a plan but really cares about it and wants to respect people's free wills. Can we make sense of his actions? Again, I don't know, because I would have to, like, go through and look at the totality of what can be attributed to the greater will and what can't, right? Because there's obviously the question of how much of the greater's will was ironically subverted by, well, you know, the greater will's will was ironically subverted by, America, right? How much of this was her, doing things, that the greater will did not necessarily approve of but allowed to happen or something like this, because due to maybe some higher purpose, again, you know, desire for free will or some extension like that. That's a bit weird because of some of the things that the greater will does get involved in and stuff. So there's a lot of questions there on where's the dividing line on what is the things that the greater will, you know, sanctions, what are the things that the greater will actively wants and is trying to accomplish, what are the things that the greater will doesn't care whether they happen or not, right? Like, there's a lot to that. There's a lot that goes into that. So what I wonder about is that the mine version of these die when they explode, but I think the non-mine version can bundle themselves and explode the same way, but pull themselves back together. There could be a question about instability, or maybe age could play a role. But yeah, I totally get what you're trying to say there. We need to ask Nobre if he can look into the files to confirm, the drop rates on these enemies. Because I'm really trying to figure out about the volcanic stone you're talking about, Xavier, but because we didn't get any drops and I haven't seen it for myself, you know, it's hard to work off that without being like, okay, is this like some crazy memory that my chat is telling me, or is this actually real, right? It's not that I don't believe you guys, it's just that, you know, we all make mistakes. Oh, yeah, you know what? Yeah, that makes sense, actually. I didn't even consider this. Yeah, chat, I didn't even consider this. There's tree roots that are just growing through the mine. Like, these things all grew through the existing thing. Also, it's funny because they're like, they had to essentially go through the rock here, out there, in order to get there. Like, it doesn't make much logical sense, but you get the idea they're going for. I can farm it and show you a clip. Yeah, again, if you want to do that, Xavier, feel free to. I'm never going to stop my chat if they really want to go the extra mile. But you don't have to, right? Like, I'm willing to do the farming myself, or asking someone to just check the files if that's even easier. I don't want to make you guys, like, put yourself out there to have to, like, you know, manually, like, farm 100 of these guys or whatever and waste your precious hour or something. But then again, you're watching me, so maybe your precious time isn't that valuable to you. Anyway, oh, I know that sometimes my brain will blend things together. Yeah, it happens to us all. But yeah, this is all caused by destruction. And in that case, let's go the other way then. I wonder if that's why this was sealed, because of the tree roots growing? I don't know. By the way, kind of ironic considering it's Rykard's thing beyond there. Almost like the Erd tree itself is trying to stop us, to prevent us. They also grow through the Perfumer's Grotto. I think the mine near the minor Erd tree connected to it. Yeah, but are those pre-existing? Are those actually something where it's like, okay, clearly this wasn't designed around the tree roots. The tree roots are going through the existing infrastructure, right? Oh, one of you guys. I wonder if this is a this might be a right card mine then. If it's being secretly sealed, but it has these guys working here. Yeah, that might be a right card thing. I have no idea. Yeah, that's something we're gonna have to check then. Yeah. 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 There you go. Yeah. This wasn't. This explains a lot. I always thought it was a right card mine. See, it never occurred to me who actually owned this mine, because I just kind of took it for granted. But yeah, when you include the fact that you got one of those guys down here, right? You got the other peeps here, right? Like, when you put it all together, it makes sense. I'm actually surprised they have no idle animation for this thing. It's just solid. It doesn't even rock around or anything. It just stays there hidden, making sure it doesn't catch anyone's eye, even by accident. Wow. Do you think Moog would have also tried making a tree like Mikla if he knew he could have a minor Erdtree? But a minor Erdtree, huh? I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know what Moog would have done in a serious scenario where, he, like... I'll be honest. I think he would have done with what we know about Moog with his current charming and all that jazz. I would be surprised if he would be willing to create an entire tree with his blood just to appease Mikla. Be like, Mikla, come back. You can blame it all on me. It acts like a statue, that's for sure. It's like, real statue, fake statue. Oh my god, I love it! Fuck, chat, why? Damn, I didn't even try on that one! No, just, oh my. Oh my, Trying to see if we can. No, yes. Beautiful. The miner should also have a unique model and drop poison stones, which none else do. Miners do. You're like, with the E! With the E! I meant the E! Too many miners in this stream, damn it! Let's be honest. I talked about earlier, I just barely beat the necrophiliac allegations. We don't need the PDF and allegations as well to add on top of that, okay? An open tree is an interesting concept. Yeah, I like, what would you do? Have horns for branches? Like, it's a weird idea. Like, I swear. Ah, damn it. Oh. There we go. Oh. Alright, so we want him when he's turned around. Ah, damn. Just missed it. way too far. Let's see. Let's see. It'd probably be like the horn sentries having screaming rancor faces and be black. Oh. Ooh, I didn't even think about that. They cover the crucible of nature, so maybe it could actually grow better. Maybe. It depends on how much the Erd tree has actual spirits inside of it, you know? Because then it would be like the horn sen, whose horns are supposed to be a manifestation of the spirits inside them. Now, why spirits make you horny, you know, I know I've read a lot of romance manga in my time, but I didn't think that was a popular subgenre. I never would have guessed it. Why did Mikola try that? Is he stupid? There we go. And then we're in here. Okay. Alright. So yeah. There we go. I got them to drop it, Loki, after 30 seconds. Oh my god. What is your discovery stat, Xavier? What is your discovery stat? Also, I forgot about these guys here, right? I realized after stream that one time. But now it all makes sense to me. Also, why is it always foggy when you come here? It's so specific. They really want that ambiance here, huh? Anyway, let's get out of here. Well, ain't that cheery. Anyway. But now it all makes sense to me. It all makes sense to me now. Because we talked about before, this representing how, like, basically this part of the overhang collapsed. It disconnected these two roads because of it. And these guys who are like, oh, open rocks, open rocks, open rocks. So all the guys that are under here that haven't spawned here yet. They're all here, like, you know, sifting through the rocks that are supposed to have collapsed and fallen, and collecting all the jazz and all that. And I'm like, okay, coolio. I'll post in the Discord, yeah. So, all that is true, right? Well, I had a question. And it was, okay, well, what about, like, stuff like the abandoned cave and stuff? Because the abandoned cave, it doesn't, by itself, make much sense how the abductor version stuff are supposed to, like, obviously get inside, but just, like, you know, travel all the way over there, and you have to kind of go, like, okay, hand wave it, artistic license, you know, as I've said before, when it comes to this type of stuff, you kind of just have to roll with it. But now that we have that pattern established, well, would you look at that? You have more of these guys, and it just so happens that they all lie right under the pathway to Volcano Cave. Or, sorry, not Volcano Cave, to, Abandoned Cave. You know? It just so happens that there they are, right there where the path should be. So, like, I guess the idea is that you have the roots and stuff, and because of the roots from the tree and things, they might cause some, you know, rock to shift and stuff, especially if it's happening kind of violently, like what we see with the sealed tunnel. So that's telling me that, yeah, that's definitely what we got here. So when they're using these guys, they're placing them in areas where there are big open fissures or some sort of lot of destruction that's causing lots of openings and stuff. Which would make you think they're more common in mines, but I think that's supposed to highlight the importance of the sealed tunnel. I'm pretty sure the idea with the sealed tunnel then is that they're trying to be like, okay, we want to convey how the Erd Tree roots have completely you know, ruined this cave and stuff. So besides us obviously having it block infrastructure and things, and clearly exist in ways they're not supposed to, we're going to, yeah, see, this one, it's like, okay, like, this stuff is kind of up and open, but it's not really in the way or things like that. We're gonna add some of these guys along with the environmental storytelling, basically, to help tell the story, right? Like, this stuff isn't really in the way, right? Like, even if you want to believe some of it grew through, like, it's very realistic the way it is. Here, you could maybe make a case that maybe this opened up some areas, but again, based on what we see here, this was already a chasm, right? So again, that's not that weird. Oh, here's a question. Where is that chasm? I've been curious for a while why there's one of these Estelle, you know, offsprings here, or offshoots, but now I see. Giant chasm. Right in the vicinity of deep root depths. Is there water or something here? Yeah, there is. Okay. Yeah, I think this thing burrowed out. Okay. Yeah. It probably has a negative effect if it had a positive one. It feel like if America would have figured out how to turn omens into fertilizer. Damn, thought you would laugh at the fertilizer. Oh, I did. I just didn't see it. Sorry. I didn't see that one, man. Sorry, guys. You know how I get distracted. I don't always see everyone's comments. I apologize. I know you're not the biggest chats are going crazy, but sometimes, you know, I get really engrossed in what I'm doing, you know? Also, I really never picked that one on this character. I used the silver horn tender in the I see. You used some stuff to help you increase the odds. See, I didn't do that. I was a dum-dum. Okay, so, yeah, I think... Yeah! This kind of just... This kind of just solidifies it. No, it's cool. I really enjoyed the lore you brought. Well, thank you. I'm glad that the stuff I ramble about helps you guys, right? Because I feel like I get a lot from you guys as much as you get from me, like just throwing stuff out there, maybe making observations that I haven't noticed before or something. Or sometimes I'll find a little detail maybe you guys haven't noticed or whatever. Or I get mixed up on something and you correct me. Or you guys get mixed up on something and I correct you, right? Like, I appreciate having just, you know, it's not just me, right? Especially I love the work I've done for Abyssal Archive and Demonic Archive and things of that sort, right? Doing stuff, like, basically alone, you know, trying to do my own independent research and stuff, you know, not having, like, even an informal, like, you know, partner for a lot of the process, it's draining. It's definitely draining. So it's nice to have this where I'm kind of just casually going through while I do some of that hard-hitting stuff, and yet I'm able to kind of have you guys help kind of collaborate with me and, like, finding all the little details and stuff, and then we can put it all into place. Like, now, I have that Estelle thing, and we were looking at something completely differently, looking into, the the branches here. Now, the last one I want to check is good old Altus Tunnel for comparison. This will be the last one. Old Altus Tunnel. How you feeling, doggo? He got a bath, chat. Oh, my boy. My good old boy. My rusty boy. He is so good smelling. So scentful, if that's a word. Nope. Nope, not at all. Yeah, there's something really ironic that you have the Erd tree apparently growing lots of roots through the sealed tunnel where Rykard is operating. I do find that there's at least a narrative irony there that Miyazaki's trying to do. Even if it's not like, oh yeah, the Erd tree is actually trying to stop Rykard's mining operation, right? Well, even if that's not true, just the thematic idea of, oh, you know, isn't it funny how that happened? You know? I don't think the caves have it, do they? Yeah, I don't think any of these caves have Erd Tree ones. Sage's Cave, maybe? I'll be honest, I don't remember. I don't remember. Pretty sure Perfumer's Grotto has them. Like, I vaguely recall walking on a few. Oh, I didn't realize you really could just avoid all these guys. I killed him because I'm a frickin' psycho. Yeah, we got guys here, and they're not in the way or anything, right? But they're clearly here. And this one, yeah, you can walk on this one. Then you got this poor camper, bro. I forget, was the item you found here an arterial leaf, or... I think it was arterial leaf here or something like that. All right. Oh. Now, Xavier, before I check your clip, actually, let me look at it right now just to save you the trouble of answering. I'm curious which one exactly is it. These are the ones by the Coliseum, right? Yep, you got it. You got it. Okay. Okay. So here's my thought process. We know one of these corpses has a volcano stone required craftable item, right? The explosive great arrows and stuff. I'm pretty sure it's this body, if I recall correctly, or one of them around here. Might be this one here. So we have this, where he has an arrow that requires a volcano stone. Obviously, an explosive great arrow is useful in Caelid, especially with all their obsession with using fire to curb the rot, right? Then we got all this here, right? Nothing of value, I'm pretty sure. I'll have to double check the items, so I don't think there's anything useful here. But then we get to this area. Right? So here, we see a lot of dogs, and then we have, in this corner, Abductor Virgin who's killed a lot of dogs, right? It might not just be that one Abductor Virgin. We also see there was many more that seem to, for one reason or another, enter the cave. The cave that's been filled with rot because, well, Actually, looking at my screenshots, I noticed there's actually green dust stuff that's falling from the ceiling in here. I don't know if they'll show it. Yeah, no, I don't think they'll show it. Yeah, they're not going to show it. But there's like green dust stuff that falls under here. So, even though it's actually rot here, they use a green poison effect, which I assume because they had it in stock. I couldn't see it in any of my other screenshots. Maybe it exists somewhere else, but I think it's very clearly the idea is all the rot in the earth is falling, like the water, into here, and it's creating these, like, rot swamps. Right? But anyway, the idea is that you have all these abductor virgins or whatever who end up falling, get stuck, and you know, breaking down in the abandoned cave with all the rot there. There's only the one out here left, and the path gets destroyed by this branch. So while it creates a path, it destroyed the path and caused that to collapse here. The same thing happened here. Though here, it's not as clear how or why the roots might have caused it. It could just be because, you know, all of these are generally causing it, and it just kind of broke an overhang or something like that, right? Could be something as simple as that. So I think that's what happened in terms of the geography here, and I think these guys are obviously part of the same group as these guys over here, and they all picked up the volcano stones from the what the abductor virgins left in their pathway here. So I think that's the full explanation. Because I cannot find any of these by Volcano Manor. I know the English wikis at least say it. I haven't checked JP wiki yet, but I have not been able to find these guys. I cannot find them in any of the areas around here. They're not around the volcano. They're not in any of the maps that we've checked so far. They're not in Seathwater. They're not here in the Hermit Village. They're not at the Temple of Eglay. They're not in Rykard's Arena. They're not in the Inquisition Chamber, as far as I'm aware. They're not in the Audience Pathway. They're not in Volcano Manor proper. Unless it's somewhere in... But I don't think so. I think it's just the snakes. I just remember it being snake snails in the doggo. The one doggo. The man dog. The supposedly good boy. I actually forget which one takes you out here. Yeah, I do not remember which one we're supposed to take. Ba ba ba, we don't care about you. Yeah, doors blocked shut. Okay. Okay, no, yeah, it's just going through here. Yeah, they're not here. That's mean. Also, is that like a chain thing? Are you supposed to be having your neck stuck inside the ground like that, you know? Well, I guess more like the stone ceiling than a ground. Oh no, those are normal. Okay, it's just the one guy. That one guy just is really, really into rocks. Literally. Ah, here we go. We go down here. Oh, sorry. I was looking at my dog for a sec. Yeah, we have the corpse here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what these wikis are talking about. What are you looking for today? I'm trying to figure out where these abnormal stone clusters are at the moment, Night Scout. I don't know where the English wiki's getting this idea. Like, I've checked every nook and cranny to make sure that I'm not crazy, but I cannot find where these are supposedly are. And the thing is, I checked other pages in the wiki, and I didn't see it listed for stuff like Gelmir or Volcano Manor. So I really think they just saw the Kaled ones with volcano stones and misremembered that it was something near Gelmir instead of, you know, something normal. I don't think I've ever seen them either. Yeah, like, if they exist, it has to be, like, one or two in the most obscure corner of this map. Kaylin one drops Volcano Rock. Yeah. Xavier just posted a Discord a clip on Discord that confirmed it 100%. Like no cap. Those 100% do exist. Oh right, I killed all the merchants. Right. Okay, we're going back to my other character. It's time to go back to my other character. All right. Hi. Oh my god. I'm stuck in here. There we go. Okay, so some cool details we got today, though. I'm very happy with that. I have a busy day, so I might end things here after this. So unfortunately, I can't go on for too long. Is only the Kayla ones that drop Volcano Rock? I don't know. That would be the question, wouldn't it? More bloody fingers. I don't remember Moog having a lot of influence here, though, so that's a little weird to see. Unless there's something...
Never safe.
No, I don't see anything particularly Omen or Moog related here. Also, one of the wikis, if I recall correctly, Fextra has photos of the abnormal stone clusters in every environment except Gilmere/Volcano Manor. Yeah, I think that seals the deal. I think it's absolutely just someone. I think it's misinformation on the wiki. What a shocker! Fextra had got something wrong. Fextra's unreliable. Man, I'm so shocked. This one I think is so funny. This one I think is so funny.
Never safe.
Considering that this is a farm. Like, guy actually just used the beast repellent torch. Is like, okay, you're gonna be a herder now. I just find that so effing hilarious. Land of Reeds. Sacrificial twig. I have to think about that one. Because I think I've talked about sacrificial twigs from merchants before. I want to see what my analysis was and see if it still holds up. This makes sense because the Gelmir stuff. So how big is our radius we can be talking about here? Yeah, as far as abandoned cave. Yeah, is there anything in this area, general area, that has Moog-related stuff? The East folk get here's right. They like blood, I think. Oh, you know what? That's true. That's true. There's a lot of bleeding stuff with, like, the Japanese thing, so that could be what it's referencing. That they are really into blood, so a lot of them are getting recruited by Moog. I've talked about this before with the Uchigatana and this catacombs connected to the Moog and stuff. Night Scout's not just the samurai. Please read my Long March analysis. I go over it. There's a lot. There's a disproportionate amount of Eastern stuff, more than just, you know, not Japan, in this area. So yeah, like I'm just gonna have to stop you there because that's just uninformed of you. And the Bloody War, yeah, the Bloody War. That's probably the best explanation. The only reason I find that a little, I would say it's just a little weird, is because you have like the horns thing that cover, you know, that are staunching the blood on the finger there and all that. That always gets me weird because then I don't think about, oh, you know, what are people who could be recruited or are being recruited versus, you know, people who, like, I don't know, come from Mogwin or something.
Never safe.
Alright. Alright. I think we're gonna end things here, chat. Maybe the more formless mother likes hanging out in Japan. You know, with everything Miyazaki said about mothers and motherhood and stuff like that, I would not be surprised. Miyazaki, secretly formless mother worshipper. Alright, so I think that's gonna be it for today, chat. Yes, I got some good stuff here. I'm very happy with that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to really quickly look at. No. What do you think about some of the Hornsent corpses having shadow runes in areas America's forces never ventured? Do you think the Hornsent once had grace and America took it away? Ooh, did they once have grace? I don't know. Well, if she took it away, then they would be tarnished. So I don't know if that's actually a thing. Because then that would mean that would definitely put Immortal tarnished a lot earlier than you'd think. But no, nah. You know what? Now that you mentioned that, Night Scout, now that I say that, I don't think so. I think there's more reason to be skeptical. As for the shadow runes and stuff, I'd have to look at these areas that supposedly America or Mesmer's forces never touched or whatever. Because I would just be like, I would have a reflexive doubt, because what makes a shadow rune a shadow rune? Is it just a rune which exists in the realm of shadow? Right? Because ultimately a shadow rune is still just runes. So, like, it would depend on what's the mechanism for how one receives runes. Can one receive runes by simply having exposure to the Erd trees? Because if so, that alone would explain why those corpses might have shadow runes on them. You know, kind of like radiation poisoning. You know, it's not like your decision. You just kind of get it for being there. Tarnished and immortal people die outside the lands between. It's only when grace is restored that the revival happens. Well, grace isn't restored to their eyes. That's the thing, right? But I get what you're trying to say. Is like you know, grace calls them back and things like that. But as for just the general idea, could they have had grace, and then they had essentially had it deprived from them? I think theoretically, yes, it's possible. But I think given the circumstances and what we know about, like, you know, the tarnish and things like that, I would say I would press X to doubt. But I will say that's a big but. Like I said, I'd want to look at all these areas that supposedly the America never touched with the Hornsent or whatever. I want to look at all that first. Anyway, I do gotta go, chat, so see y'all later. Thanks so much, though, for the questions and commentary. Always wonderful having some conversation partners while I run around like an idiot. Alright, see y'all later. Be safe. Bye-bye.